Two large, dark creatures with menacing eyes faced off, their roars echoing ominously in the charged air. A dark creature with glowing eyes loomed and snarled at an unseen target. Dark creatures loomed over Yi, their presence a chilling reminder of his vulnerability and defeat. A dark figure loomed with glowing eyes, surrounded by swirling smoke, filling the air with an ominous tension. He questioned the situation, feeling a sense of unease. Sharp spikes rushed forward, startling the dark-haired young man. He glanced back, alarmed by the danger closing in. A monstrous creature loomed menacingly over a human hand lying on the ground, signaling imminent danger. A smoky haze swirled around him as he grinned with cold confidence. Explosive energy erupted as a determined young man with dark hair kicked fiercely at the monstrous creature, showcasing his unwavering resolve. A monstrous creature towered over the fallen figure, its glare radiating pure malice. A shadowy form loomed as the dark-haired young man raised his weapon to confront the creature. A surge of energy erupted as the determined young man with dark hair unleashed a powerful blast towards the sharp black spikes. The atmosphere thickened with tension as he struggled to hold his bleeding arm, the sharp object still embedded in his flesh. A dark path stretched before a determined young man with dark hair, each step echoing his unwavering resolve. He walked towards the climbing pond realm, driven by his ambition. A monstrous creature lunged towards a determined young man with dark hair, who stood his ground defiantly. A menacing rhino monster growled deeply, its sharp teeth glinting ominously as it loomed closer to Yi. The tension escalated as a young man with dark hair warned that the creature would indeed eat people. A surge of adrenaline coursed through him as he lunged forward, ready to strike the monstrous opponent. He sat on the ground, weapon in hand, staring intently at the defeated enemy nearby. In a dark forest, a young man with dark hair stood near a mysterious bear-like creature lying motionless on the ground. The young man with dark hair stood before a suspended creature, tension filling the air as he watched cautiously. A large hand loomed over a young man with dark hair who looked up in shock and confusion. He wondered what was happening and if a zombie was stealing his gold. In the heart of the dark forest, a young man with dark hair prepared for a fierce battle against an unseen threat. He jumped, brandishing his weapon with determination. A tense atmosphere enveloped the scene as he raised a knife, poised against the eerie, web-covered fish surrounding him. A towering shadow loomed as glowing eyes pierced the darkness, signaling an ominous confrontation. He faced the monstrous threat, his determination wavering beneath fear. A fiery light loomed above as a resolute and fearless young man walked forward with intense determination. He launched a powerful energy attack, channeling all his focus into the blast as it surged forward with intense energy. The air crackled with tension as a young man with dark hair processed a sudden revelation, his expression shifting from confidence to shock. A massive, menacing spider loomed overhead as he stood his ground, determination clashing with the fear coursing through him. A rich spider, its legs plated with gold, captured Yi's astonished gaze as he described its mesmerizing beauty. A young man with dark hair expressed shock at the mention of gold while reaching out, captivated by the unexpected revelation. A fierce expression crossed the young man's face as he lunged toward the menacing creature, ready to confront his greatest challenge yet. A fierce determination radiated from a young man with dark hair as he swung his weapon, unleashing powerful energy effects around him. A massive dragon unleashed a devastating attack, and the determined fighter braced himself against the overwhelming force. The air crackled with tension as the determined and fierce young man kicked out, striking an unseen opponent with all his might. A sudden shock coursed through the scene as the young man with dark hair reacted to an unexpected turn of events. Yi was startled by the revelation before him. A sense of dread settled in the air as a large menacing creature loomed behind the young man with dark hair. He realized he had been poisoned by the wolf spider venom. He lay on the ground, engulfed by an electric shock, his body racked with pain as the intensity of the moment surged around him. He screamed in terror, his eyes glowing with fear as the menacing creature loomed closer, intensifying the danger surrounding him. A tense atmosphere filled the space as the young man with dark hair stood resolute, weapon drawn, facing the monstrous threat before him. The young man with dark hair dodged a flurry of attacks, his focus unwavering as he prepared to counter the relentless strikes from his enemies. He appeared fierce and determined, unleashing a surge of energy toward an unseen enemy. Yi unleashed a fierce scream, launching a powerful attack that resonated with fury and determination. A fearsome creature lunged forward, its claws poised to strike, as he prepared to defend himself against the imminent threat. A monstrous creature with multiple glowing eyes loomed menacingly, blocking Yi Tian's escape with a sharp grin. Yi summoned a web-like attack, focusing intently on the monstrous spider before him. The air crackled with tension as he raised a weapon dramatically towards an unseen target. Yi leaped down with fierce determination, preparing to strike the monstrous creature that threatened him. The air filled with a frenzied energy as Yi screamed, his eyes glowing with intense emotion. Yi hovered in the air, poised to unleash his attack on the menacing creature below. A glowing system notification appeared, revealing Yi's impressive stats and level. The fire crackled ominously, illuminating Yi's bewildered expression as he questioned what had just occurred. The campfire flickered as a young man with dark hair sat beside it, weighed down by exhaustion. He questioned why he felt so tired. A pink substance glistened as a young man with dark hair observed a dead spider beside him. He marveled at the creature's unexpected demise. A demon-like character lined closer to Yi, tempting him with a request for a piece of roasted meat. A playful female demon character lined in, drawn to the enticing aroma of food. She remarked to the young man with dark hair that it smelled amazing. The playful female character leaned in closer to Yi, her eyes sparkling with mischief as she asked if she could have some. A powerful figure with horns commanded someone to submit, asserting that anyone who met her gaze was hers to control. Frustration bubbled within the young man with dark hair as he responded to the request, insisting that the food was barely enough for him. A startled female demon reacted in disbelief to the sudden chaos unfolding around her. She questioned what was happening, confusion evident on her face. A frustrated hybrid creature with pig-like features questioned why the spell failed on Yi. Confusion clouded his mind as he stared at the horned figure, questioning the strange appearance before him. A playful horned character leaned closer to a startled young man with dark hair, her expression teasing as she posed a question. Yi struggled to articulate words, his mouth full of food as he tried to respond to the playful horned character. A desperate female character questioned a calm young man with dark hair about the blood crystal twin flower she had been cultivating for decades. Tension hung in the air as a fierce confrontation unfolded between a young man with dark hair and a woman with aggressive eyes. She demanded to know who was responsible for the chaos. He felt a wave of anxiety wash over him as he considered his response. A wave of disbelief washed over the young man with dark hair as he clenched his fists, struggling to understand the situation. He expressed his frustration about being overlooked for the chaos. A tense atmosphere enveloped them as the young man with dark hair nervously laughed, attempting to deflect the female character's probing question. A horned character with green hair looked on, puzzled by the unfolding chaos. He grinned mischievously while revealing the thief's identity, claiming was responsible for the stolen flower and the snake's death. A confident character with green lips smirked, determined to find Yi without delay. He gazed at the horned female figure, captivated by her enchanting presence as she stood gracefully before him. The atmosphere thickened with tension as a fierce character loomed over Yi, ready to attack. She lunged at Yi, demanding to know if he took her for an idiot. A furious character with horns challenged Yi, revealing how she had tracked him down by scent. Yi, desperate and frustrated, demanded answers from an unseen opponent, questioning why he had been forced to lie. The confident character with horns confronted Yi, accusing him of thinking he was the victim in their twisted game. A powerful figure with horns conjured swirling dark energy, her presence radiating an ominous threat. The air crackled with tension as chaos erupted. Yi flipped backward in panic, trying to escape the calm female figure watching him. A fierce character threatened someone off-panel, demanding to know the location of her flower with a furious intensity. He unleashed a powerful attack, embodying fierce determination as he called out the name of his devastating move. A fierce character with glowing red eyes revealed his powerful gaze, intensity radiating as he prepared to face the looming chaos around him. He loomed over the fallen character, his weapon raised in a moment of intense determination. A mysterious figure with horns held her injured arm tightly, her expression reflecting deep pain. He dashed through the forest, desperation lacing his voice as he shouted offers of meat and gold spider legs for the precious flower. A surge of red energy enveloped a determined young man as he charged forward against a mysterious force. He felt panic rise within him as he prepared to unleash a special move against an unseen threat. Fear gripped him as he sprinted away from the ominous figure descending from the sky, urgency coursing through his veins. A massive hand with glowing energy emerged ominously from the darkness, threatening to crush everything in its path. He braced himself against the impending threat, his determination unwavering despite the fear creeping in. A massive, menacing ape charged forward, its fury palpable as he turned to flee. A chaotic energy surged as a massive ape-like creature swiped at Yi, leaving him in shock. He dodged the furious swipe, confusion clouding his mind. Yi stood resolute, preparing to confront the menacing creature looming nearby. A ferocious beast with glowing red eyes advanced, its aggressive posture signaling an imminent attack. He braced himself for the beast's fierce assault. He shouted in fury, demanding to know where the beast had come from and ordered it to get lost. A massive, roaring bear charged forward, its fierce presence radiating danger. He bravely confronted the bear, steeling himself for the inevitable clash. A powerful figure lunged forward, striking Yi with a fierce determination that left him alarmed and defensive. The air crackled with tension as an agile and fierce female character lunged at the massive beast, intent on delivering a decisive blow. A ferocious beast lunged forward, its open mouth revealing sharp teeth and a furious intent. He prepared to defend against the attack, his expression fearless. The atmosphere intensified as a determined and fierce man with glowing orange eyes stared down his opponent, ready to confront the looming threat. A tense standoff unfolded as a determined young man with dark hair held a blade, confronting a mysterious figure with horns. The air crackled with tension as a young man with dark hair faced an unexpected technique. A female character gasped in shock, recognizing the power behind it. The air thickened with resolve as a focused and resolute man raised a sword high, surrounded by an enigmatic purple mist. The atmosphere surged with intensity as a young man with dark hair shouted a powerful phrase, igniting the tension around him. A fierce expression crossed a determined woman's face as disbelief washed over her. She reacted to Yi's unexpected move with shock and incredulity. A young man with dark hair raised his sword high, panic evident in his eyes as he faced an unknown threat. A sense of urgency filled the air as a determined woman called out for uncle, her voice cutting through the tension. A tense atmosphere enveloped the scene as an anxious figure warned a focused young man with dark hair about an impending confrontation. A tense moment hung in the air as he stared intently at the mysterious green-haired character. A muscular man carried a large hammer through a misty forest, flanked by two companions who walked beside him. A horned character confronted Yi, expressing frustration and anger about unexpected backup and accusing him of setting a trap. A menacing figure unleashed a powerful attack, fury radiating from her as she aimed directly at an unseen target. A tense atmosphere hung in the air as he stood in the field, weapon in hand, lost in deep contemplation. A tense moment unfolded as a group of imposing figures approached, their presence heavy in the air. He observed the group nervously, feeling the weight of their intimidating demeanor. Moments later, the powerful figures drew closer, radiating an aura of menace and authority. A giant beast roared, fangs dripping, striking fear into the hearts of two observers. He stared at the beast, terror etched on his face. The determined man with a hammer prepared to swing at the creature. In the background, another figure looked on in shock, frozen by fear. A muscular man shouted angrily at Miss, accusing her of letting the windfire ape escape their grasp. A tense atmosphere filled the space as Yi raised his hands, trying to explain his innocence in the situation. A woman in a flowing outfit leaned closer, her curiosity piqued as she asked for his name. He felt a wave of anxiety wash over him as he contemplated the dire implications of the situation surrounding him. He stood in the forest, urgency radiating from him as he prepared to reveal his name. A confident woman eagerly invited a young man with dark hair to join the Nine Heavens Alliance, holding his hands with hope. A menacing figure loomed over Yi, brandishing an ominous sword with a confident smirk. A shadowy figure loomed as the young man with dark hair reacted with surprise to the mention of the Nine Heavens Alliance. An older character watched the slain Windfire ape with astonishment, reflecting on how a kid had defeated it in a single blow. A muscular character proposed recruiting teammates, assuring that joining them would be a wise decision. A determined and persuasive woman urgently sought help to confront the Flame Blade King. A moment of confusion hung in the air as a young man with dark hair sought understanding. He asked about the Flame Blade King, feeling perplexed by his lack of knowledge. A judgmental figure expressed disbelief at his ignorance, critiquing him for not knowing. A shadowy figure wielded a glowing sword, surrounded by swirling mists that whispered secrets of power and peril. The figure revealed the tiers for profession advancement, detailing the ranks leading to the realm. A moment of contemplation settled over a young man with dark hair as he questioned the purpose of defeating his formidable opponent. A confident character explained that defeating a Sealed King realm powerhouse allows one to inherit their title and realm. A surge of excitement filled the air as a young man with dark hair expressed his eagerness to try ascension. A moment of determination gripped a young man with dark hair as he resolved to join the Nine Heavens Alliance. A wave of optimism spread through the group as a confident team member announced the addition of another fighter, moving them closer to victory. A confident and mocking figure looked directly at the reader, expressing disdain as he dismissed TM's naivety. He gripped the sword tightly, his focus sharp as he braced for the conflict ahead. A tense atmosphere filled the air as a muscular man prepared to strike down the defeated creature lying helplessly on the ground. A towering figure loomed beside Yi, who looked surprised as he considered the strange situation. He asked if the figure was skinning it. A serious woman warned Yi about the Flame Blade TM's domain, explaining he needed heat-resistant armor made from a Windfire ape's hide to survive. Yi expressed surprise about the creature's unexpected escape, revealing they had originally planned to skin it after capturing it. A confident young man with dark hair boasted about his skills in a dark forest, asserting he was the best at skinning. A surprised female character reacted with disbelief about the possibility of skinning something. He confidently asserted his skills, declaring himself a pro while standing beside his curious companion. A fierce energy surged around a determined young man with dark hair as he leaped off the back of a massive beast. A tense atmosphere filled the air as he subtly reached for an object at his waist. A fierce energy enveloped a determined young man with dark hair as he slashed at the giant creature before him. A fierce intensity radiated from a determined young man with dark hair as he exerted his power over the menacing gorilla. A monstrous figure lay defeated on the ground, while a curious and cautious young man examined the strange remains nearby. A dark and ominous aura surrounded a curious yet cautious young man as he gazed at the mysterious bag before him. He observed hands emerging from the bag. A sudden shout pierced the air, startling everyone nearby. A frustrated young man with dark hair exclaimed his disbelief at the situation unfolding before him. His companion stood, shocked by the unexpected outburst. A surprised female character admired Yi's skills, expressing her genuine appreciation for his talent. A foreboding atmosphere enveloped the group as they approached a dark forest, a giant figure looming ahead. He led the group forward, determination etched on his face. The intimidating figure watched them with a menacing stare, its presence unsettling. A confident and focused female character followed closely, matching Yi's pace. A nervous young man trailed behind, unease evident in his cautious steps. Another male character glanced back at the giant figure, concern lining his features. He discussed plans with Miss, expressing confidence that the hide would enable them to create fire-resistant armor. Moments later, she replied that they would certainly beat others to the Sealed King inheritance. A spark ignited as a determined young man with dark hair stepped forward, ready to confront the looming threat ahead. A tense silence filled the air as a young man with dark hair stared at shadowy figures emerging from the fog. He felt startled by their menacing approach. A stern-looking male character glared at the unseen opponent, determination etched across his face as he prepared for the impending confrontation. A threatening group emerged, leaving a young man with dark hair and a woman shocked and anxious about their presence. A menacing figure loomed, demanding the Windfire apes hide from Miss, filling the air with a palpable threat. If you'd like to see your favorite titles retold, leave a comment and I'll be sure to pick some of them up from time to time. Also, let me know which video format you like more, long videos or short ones. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you again soon.